Cosmic dust, particles from the heavens, ash of the universe. We are all from the same place, and that is where we will all inevitably return to one day. Starsand is what I have decided to name the game's currency, as well as the experience points. I've yet again taken a mechanic from the Soul series. At first, I wanted to use a separate currency from experience points, but then I realized how convenient and efficient it was to use a singular source, putting them together, basically. That way, there's only one number or value I have to worry about when the player spends or earns. There will certainly be a lot of balancing issues that I'll tweak regularly, but I can right now see many benefits of using money as a way to level up. With that, not just the player but everyone will be yearning for capital, so they can use it to become more powerful. Yes, so many video game protagonists and characters are capitalists. They buy and sell gear, hoarding items, and finding the best deals with any merchants. I don't recall if I've mentioned it yet, but the player character's title or name will be the Dreamer. All NPCs will be referring to them as such. So as of now, the Dreamer is a greedy little capitalist who wants lots of Starsand to level up and decorate their home with all the things they can find in Memoirium. But how does the Dreamer get around? Ladders? That's crazy. Imagine getting on a ladder and just staying there. What a loon. I could not fathom how to implement a ladder, and the more I thought about it, the less I actually wanted to do it. My solution is called a shifter. This is not a reflection of the final product. It fills and plays the role of a ladder, and it can even be used to clear horizontal gaps. The game will have normal elevators also, since that won't require me to implement any climbing mechanic. I got the shifter working by attaching a spline to it, and at the end of the spline, it spawns the other end of the shifter. Once activated, the shifter uses a timeline to carry the player to the opposite end, and I can also adjust its speed to whatever value I desire. I've also thought ahead and added functionality wherein only one side of the shifter isn't functional. This will be one of the methods of unlocking shortcuts. Once the player gets to the working side of the shifter and uses it, then both sides of it will always work. There are a few things to worry about. Enemies don't have the brain power or capacity to use it yet. Should I give them those kinds of errant thoughts? That's terrifying both in practice and prospect. Another thing is that if the player quits while they're in the middle of the shift, or in midair basically, they will respawn where they quit and possibly fall to their death. A possible solution could be saving the player's location only when they're on the ground. After some traveling, it would be nice for the Dreamer to return home and wind down. Perhaps spend that well-earned stardust. How do they earn it? Exploring, of course, and no other way. There are still many more home items I want to add, but this week I made a few new ones. A book, a simple chair, and a box. What home doesn't have boxes lying around? Surely even in storage space. I've ensured that the items that can contain things have hollow collisions, so other things can actually be placed into them. Right now, the book is only a singular book. I'm unsure if I actually want to create a book stack, because maybe part of the immersion could be taking the time to place each book individually. Once the Dreamer has taken their time to fill the home, maybe they want to take some pictures or snapshots. These pictures are saved to the player's computer as PNG files. Then these files are used to fill the gallery and can now also be placed on a picture frame. These took some time to figure out, but I learned how to place files in specific locations, pull them, and delete them. There are a lot of things in the game that I probably need to put a limit on, such as the number of room items and pictures they can take. I wouldn't want the player to create a save file that they couldn't access later on. Besides that, I've also made some minor UI updates with my DaVinci-esque skills in a free pixel painting browser program. Currently, I'm working on a respawn system for the enemies. This includes saving the information about the enemy's location when the player quits. So when the player comes back, the enemies around them will still have the same amount of resources and should be in the same position that they were left in. Throughout the process of working on this, I'm also slowly improving the AI of the enemies. They will only start doing anything if the player is close and when they aren't at the door or the safe zone. A lot of these updates and improvements and mechanics are to prepare for the world that I'm going to build. Having these ready and refined will inform what sort of design decisions I will be making, such as where to place enemy spawners and where to place these traversal devices like the shifter. I'll be working on the elevator soon enough. That should be easy enough, right? No, it never truly is. Peace out.